Hey guys, this is Tina from Quantum Healing with Tina. I'm a BQH practitioner, spirit releasement therapist, and intuitive empath. And today we're here with Karen.
Yes,
Say
intuitive Starseed healer. Hi,
hi.
BQH practitioner and clear channel and medium.
Yeah,
Welcome, everybody.
welcome to our video. Yeah, and so we just wanted to drop in and talk to everyone about what's going on, all the fear that's being generated on the planet right now. It's a lot. And it's bringing down the vibration of the whole planet. And what we need right now is to raise the vibration of the whole planet. And I just wanted to let everyone out there know that if you're really struggling right now, I know a lot of people are struggling with the fear and uncertainty and the feeling of not being safe because we don't know what's going to happen. You can always reach out to us. You can email me at Quantum Healing with Tina. I'll leave all my information down below. You can find me on Facebook and Instagram. But yeah, if you just need support and someone to talk to about it, you can always reach out to me. And also, we have deeply discounted sessions for the time being. They're like half off right now. So if anyone's looking to clear away some old stuff as we step into these times, like we talked about last night, it's really bringing up all of the inner child stuff for the collective on a mass scale. Like everyone's feeling those things.
Yeah, my inner child came out when it all started, practically. It was very close to there. So, like with the virus and everything. So yeah, it's a common theme. Everyone that I've spoken to, it's all child stuff. And now what's happening behind the scenes, it's all child stuff, if you know what
Right.
I'm saying.
If you don't know what she's saying, behind the scenes, they're rescuing children who have been in these satanic ritual abuse rings. 8 million children go missing every year. 800,000 just in the US alone. Where do they all go? You know? And I'm not really going to talk about it here, but you can find that information, especially right now. It's circulating. But these children are being saved and being brought to the light from the depths of the darkness. And
Literally.
literally, they've been kept underground in the darkness. So it's happening on so many different levels with the children, actual physically children being saved. And within us, the situation is creating this opportunity for us to heal our own inner children. And what does the inner child usually want? It wants safety, it wants security, it's afraid. And if you are an adult who hasn't healed your inner child, the inner child is running the show. Like it's at the forefront of all that you're feeling because those feelings are still in the body. They've never been released. They're trapped in there from trauma because that child within you never felt safe enough to express those feelings. And so you push them all down and they're all stored in the body. And now, with everything happening, they're coming to the surface and giving you the opportunity to release them and heal them. And the only way to heal them is to feel through them. There's no easy way out. There's just no easy way out. The only way out is through. And, it's not just a platitude, it's true. Because in order to release those emotions, we have to be able to feel through them and resolve them. And the work of quantum healing can help you do that, to help you go really deep into the subconscious and meet your inner child and see what their needs are and meet those needs as an adult, be able to meet those needs for the child. So many of us are, you know, running around not even realizing that it's really our inner child that's running the show, you know, and so many people feel unhappy or like they're not good enough or, you know, any number of things, and they don't know why. And it's because that child is in there just like screaming out for your love. It just wants your love. It wants to feel safe. So, yeah.
I'm seeing it a lot at work. Everybody's getting triggered by this pandemic, and yeah, it's all children just coming out. You feel it. And I think that's why it's triggering me. It was triggering me because it was just mirroring the stuff that I had to look at for all this time so that I could be solid now. And
Well, now you're shining bright like a diamond now.
Every fucking day. Shine bright like a diamond. You have to. Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Well,
Like,
in the last video, you were having a really hard time at work, and you know it was really all getting to you. It was like invading your field. So tell them the switch that flipped that made you be able to handle that, like, because it was really just like flipping a switch.
sorry, there was a fly in here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, grandfather's here. Well, the switch was pretty much, well, everything had escalated, you know, with being around everybody and then absorbing the energy, the fear, and me not protecting myself properly. Even though I had asked every day, like, can you protect my field? For whatever reason, I guess I was just so immersed in it and surviving with everybody else and getting triggered myself from this pandemic. And then, yeah, it was like,
You weren't standing in your own power. You were asking, you know, your angels and guides outside of yourself do it for you.
to put up a little fence, you know, like a little holy
Yeah.
fence around. Yeah, so I was just in that fence and getting really tired and exhausted, you know, also surviving. I feel very energetic and very, like, I could do like so many of these videos, you know, like, but yeah, very energetic. But I mean, comparison to that, like, I was in survival, like, with everybody else, and I was absorbing all of it. I would get home and I would crash. Like, my body felt like it wanted to crash. And yeah, I think my boiling point really was the Sunday, like before we did the last video. And I dropped off my kids, you know, because, you know, I can't have them during the week because I have to work. And I was just so emotional. I cried all the way home. I couldn't even stay because I was beat. My whole body was beat. And had a really ugly cry all the way home, like 45-minute drive, just crying on the highway. And yeah, I spoke to you and you helped me like come into that sovereignty, like get back my power. Like, I wasn't going to give anybody my power. Had to create like that perimeter, the 6 feet of perimeter where no one can penetrate that area, and really stand into that. I do think my whole body had to boil over, like with all that emotion that I was feeling. So I gave myself permission to feel it and to sit
Right.
in that overwhelm. Oh my God, sorry. Oh no, it's actually a ladybug.
Stop.
Yeah, I'm not going to show you, but I just don't want it to fly. Anyway, I don't want to be dramatic. I don't want to be dramatic. Thank you, ladybug. Um,
Well, part of that and part of the body feeling those things is a trauma response.
yes, big time.
Yeah.
Yes, so I was able to recognize that, like, when I was talking to you, when I sounded nutty, when I was actually not acknowledging that I was starting to sound nutty. And the reason why I questioned that was because I went outside and I was talking to myself, of course, because I do that a lot, and I felt like my voice was outside of myself. So that was already indicating to me that I was out of body. I was getting out of body. So I had to acknowledge that, and when I did, I had to come back in. And what does that mean for people? What coming back into your body? It's what does that mean? Because for me, like it
Well,
was, yeah, go
as
ahead.
children, when we're faced with trauma, we learn to dissociate. And what that means is we energetically leave the body. And so that continues as an adult until you learn how to actually stay in the body and feel the emotions you're feeling. So
Yeah,
you have to retrain yourself, and you are in the process of retraining yourself to actually stay in the body and feel what the body is feeling, because big emotions can be really scary for children. They don't know how to process, they don't know how to deal with them, and so they leave. But
yeah,
as an adult, we have to be able to stay in the body and feel what we're feeling and process those emotions, so that we don't suppress them more into the body and then just leave it to go on, because you'll just keep having a trauma response to everything.
right. And back then, like before the COVID happened, I was having that response and not realizing that I was out of body. Um, Now I could feel it, like physically feel what that feels like, and it's a numbness. I feel it in my feet, my legs, and it could go all the way up to my knee. And then also secondary to that, if it goes a little too far or I'm too overwhelmed, then I start hearing my voice outside of my body. So I've come in tune with that. I was not fully aware of that before. I didn't even realize I was out of body
Right.
until I am looking back, because if I catch it right away, I'm yeah, it's quick now. I'm finding it's a little quicker where okay, I'm like a little numb in the calf, and I'm like, okay, you gotta come back now. But I'm catching it, like just getting in, feeling the senses of what my actual body feels like, which I was not aware of at all before. I didn't know that was a trauma response at all. So, and I've developed a lot of tools in how to cope with that. So, I mean, like just acknowledging that, I think a lot of people, like when we feel like negative, oh, I'm going to call it negative emotions because people resonate with that, the feelings that don't feel right.
Hmm.
Um, we want to right away, I guess when you're more aware of that, you want to change that thought right away instead of feeling through it. And I think the most important thing is to feel through it, not without having to change anything. Because for me, it's just like, oh, why are you thinking that? You got to be positive. But then you're not being present in that feeling. You're actually
Right.
running away from that feeling. And that's the hardest thing because we don't want to feel them because they're so painful or so uncomfortable. And, you know,
Plus, we're told in the spiritual community, you have to raise your vibration. You have to vibrate higher. You're not supposed to be down in these negative emotions. You have to be happy and enjoy all the time.
right,
But that's
right,
not the human experience. And that's not
right.
the experience of ascension. Ascension happens when we are able to stay in those feelings and allow ourselves to remain there until we work through it. And then it dissipates on its own and we're vibing high again. The human is never going to be, I don't want to say never, but it's it's never going to be able to stay up here all the time. The human experience is, it's up and down. We have all of these emotions for a reason. They
Mhm.
serve a purpose, and we need to be able to be in them and be okay with that and allow them, because it's when we acknowledge them that we're able to work through it and they pass,
Yeah,
because energy and motion, they're supposed to move through us and not get stuck in the body.
right,
They get stuck in the body when we ignore them. So yeah.
right. So that's why I kept coming and looping and coming back. And because I mean, even though mentally I was telling myself, you know things, you know better, the body doesn't understand that language. So I had
Right.
to learn how to somatically heal myself, or at least learn how to soothe myself as if I were the child experiencing that fragmented memory again that is replaying as if it's a threat. So even though cognitively I can look around and be like, no, nothing's happening to you. So there's nothing, you shouldn't be feeling like this, but the body is responding in a different way. You have to be able to speak to the body, or at least touch it, I guess. Like for me, I had to do exercises to find the places where I felt soothed.
Mm-hmm.
So, so I did a method. I don't know if we talked about it already, where I do the pendulum method, where I would think of something that would make me feel very uncomfortable, and
Like a childhood memory or something
and
current.
anything, anything that I know will trigger my body. So, like, I have to think of the moment, and then when I'm in it, like, so it's penduluming towards the uncomfortable thought, and I feel the response in the body. I have to, like, let's say, touch my arm, hug myself, hold myself, like, find places. I would touch my neck, and I found that was a very soothing place for me. So sometimes I have to just hold here and push, just so that it knows. So you're kind of telling your body in its way, by soothing it, that it's safe.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. So that's it. I had to do that a lot while I was at work. Like, people are in fear and, like, cleaning and cleaning, and I'm just like, like,
But then when you made you definitely needed to work through that and let those feelings come through. But once you did and you cried it all out, you made the decision to take your power back and not let that happen anymore, because it doesn't need to happen that way. And I think that's a really important message for everyone right now, especially if you are quote unquote awakened and you kind of know the truth, even if you aren't awakened. But if you are in fear right now and uncertainty and feeling unsafe about what's going on, it's really important to allow yourself to feel that, but know that you don't have to stay there. That you can take back your power, soothe your body. And also, quantum healing is a really great way to get in touch with the body again. Some people are so out of touch with their emotions and what they're feeling, they have no idea.
I think I raise my hand every, like, video. I'm like, that's me. That was
Right.
definitely me. I had to learn about myself in different waves, as you know. And I think, like, I know everything was all divinely done in that way, because if I had to learn about myself fully, like body, like learning about the body, the mind, all the trauma, and all the memories coming up from the past that I had no idea I had blocked, I think I probably would have killed myself. Like, it was all done for that very purpose. And whether I came out like narky, or don't even know who the hell I was, it was all for divine purpose. I mean, like, you just have to count that. You have to know that these are parts of yourself that do exist within you, have been created within you for the very purpose to protect you. They might not sound so nice when they do come out, but they are there. You had created them for that purpose, but you don't have to be that aspect of yourself. Just acknowledge that that aspect is part of you, and you can integrate, or like what we did in the parts work video, which we've, I guess you could tie that down below. I think we're going on a tangent, but it's really important now, at least especially during the pandemic, especially if you're in fear, to know that it's okay that you're feeling in fear. It's This is what it's all about. You got to get in tune. And I think a lot of people are running away from their feelings because they don't know what to feel. They don't want to feel fear, but they are feeling it under the surface, and it's so present. And it might not be yours, it could be collective as well, because it's everybody.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's really strong right now. And that's why we are at a point where our timelines are shifting so rapidly. Like we talked about in the last video, everything is shifting so rapidly, um, that we all need to get together and focus on what we want to create. Now is the time to create what we want, because it's almost like we're at a 0 point, and there's nothing set in stone as of right now. Like, it is just all up for grabs. And we have to
Yeah.
come in with our collective focus and focus on what we want. And that's why tomorrow is so important. 4/4 is a huge portal and a huge meditation day for the collective. There's a lot of different meditations out there. I just saw that Magenta Pixie posted a guided one for tomorrow, which
Oh,
would be
great.
helpful for people who don't meditate, um, just to follow along and have that focused intention. I'll link that down below too. So you guys, it doesn't really matter what time you meditate tomorrow, as long as you do, because we need to get ourselves out of where we are right now.
Oh
And
my
in
God,
order to
yes.
do that, we need the collective to focus all in the same direction. Intention is so powerful. Like I was telling Karen earlier, after 9/11, the random number and thought generators were picking up the prayers of the people, all the people praying for, you know, the disaster that happened on 9/11. It actually picked up that spike in frequency. So these things aren't just like woo woo. Like this is real. Intention and focus and thought is real, and it can
Mm-hmm.
create. That's how we create. We are creator beings. It's like Dolores said, we are gods. We are creator beings. We have to create what we want now. And that is the focus on the new earth, the focus on ascension, the focus on love and happiness and freedom and sovereignty and peace and health for all humans and all children. Um, I really feel strongly that we all really need to come together and at least spend 20 minutes out of your day with that intention, you know, just holding that intention and focus, and bringing light to the earth. The earth needs light so much right now because the collective vibration is so low. Like even the light that our cosmic brothers and sisters are sending us, even the light from source, it even isn't enough right now because the fear is so, it has a grip on humanity across the globe. So I mean, imagine what that looks like. So yeah, and in order for us to manifest a positive outcome, we really need to get this shifted, like sooner rather than later. And in order for us to get that shifted, we individually have to work on our own selves, and that's why it's so important to come back inward right now and to work with the inner child and to heal the inner child so that the inner child's not just running the show, you know, and to really soothe that child and to love that child. And that's why quantum healing is so important, because it can really help you get into a relaxed state of being in order to tap into those feelings and emotions, because most of us have suppressed them so far down
Yes,
that we
ma'am.
don't even have a clue what that inner child is feeling. It just manifests in our everyday actions, behavior,
Oh
words.
my God. Sorry, it's
Are
really
you really
close.
afraid of a ladybug? Stop.
Don't,
You name
don't.
your kids bugs and you're afraid of the ladybug.
It's very, very judgy right now, okay?
Yeah, she's not gonna hurt you.
I
They
know
don't
she's not
even
gonna hurt
bite.
me. I know, it's just, I know it's irrational. Just don't, keep talking.
Soothe your body.
Oh my God, it's so close.
Oh my God.
Miss Ladybug, go ahead.
I forget what I was saying now. Okay, what else did I? Oh, that was the other thing. If anybody has made it this far, I hope you have, because I want to tell you, be careful right now, because everyone's vulnerable and the predators are out trying to take advantage of people, meaning like scamming kind of stuff with phone calls, even through the internet. I've gotten so many friend requests from people you can tell are scammers, because they're usually like white military men in their 40s or 50s, and they only have pictures of themselves on their timeline, or they're like police officers or something like that. But the people behind those like work in Africa, Nigeria, places like that, that are trying to take advantage of middle-aged women right now, you know, and what they do is they scam you for your money. You might be getting phone calls as well or emails. Please don't fall for that. What
Yeah,
is it?
sometimes I think they're saying that people are like coming to their homes too to ask them to like swab them. to check for
What?
COVID. Oh, is
Oh
that
my
just,
God.
yeah. So they're like, be careful.
Yeah, no, that's not legit at all.
But
No.
I
And
mean,
if
if they
anyone
get the
ever,
elderly and they rob them.
right, and if anyone ever asks for your social security number or your bank account, never. The IRS will never ask you for that. Because a lot of people are being scammed by these people that are saying they're the IRS and they demand their bank account information, right now. It's all a scam. So please be careful. Um, what's the quote I was saying earlier?
I didn't get to write it down.
It's something like no good crisis
Is ever for nothing or something.
goes unnoticed or something. I don't know. It's something like that. But if you know the quote, tell me down in the comments.
Yes.
But anyway, it's basically people prey on other people in crisis. So, what are you doing?
Nothing. I'm just not looking at the ladybug.
Okay,
That's
don't look.
that's crawling on my earphones. Oh my God. Stay up there, please.
Aversion therapy.
Mm-hmm. This is it. And I gotta hold a frog. What's
So,
next on the
what's
list?
on the list?
Um, that's pretty much it. We talked about everything. 4
Okay, good.
points.
Should we do the oracles in this video or do another one?
Let's do another one.
All right. All right, guys. Well, hope you're doing well out there. If you need support, reach out to us. I'll leave our information down below. Did you write down what videos I have to link? Because I don't remember now.
Yes,
Yeah.
darling.
Okay. Um, please like this video. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. I would really appreciate it because I know half of you aren't subscribed yet. So please do. Sending you all so much love out there. I know times are tough, but we're gonna get through this together.
Yes,
I'll
we
talk to you
are.
next time.
Take care.
Bye.
Bye.